babies with tentacles, monsters with long tongues, and the scary Narin character. These are 10 scariest things found in video games. Number 10, the Game Boy question. Game Boy Camera is an old video game player that was popular among children many years ago. In the main menu, you can find many options like run, magic, items, check, and shoot that allow you to enjoy the game in different ways. These options are often talking about the camera. If it's a normal game, why is it here, you ask? That's because one of the options is quite scary. If you choose the run option, you'll see a picture of Africa. Then the game would write, "Now you're crossing the equator, Jambo Nintendo." Sounds normal, doesn't it? Well, no. Many times, you won't see those normal words or Africa. Instead, you'll see a doodled face that will ask you a scary question. Who are you running from? Other times, you may see another face that'll say something like, "Don't be so silly." It may not look like much, but that's a scary thing for children to hear in a kid's game. Number 9, eye needle. You know how weird your body acts when something gets in your eyes, or how you get squeamish when you see something going into someone else's eyes. Well, this game doesn't care about the feelings of its players. In Dead Space 2, there's a part where you have to enter into a machine called the Noontech Diagnostic Machine. In this machine, you'll be asked to put a needle into the eyes of your player. You look up as a laser is pointed into your eyes, and the needle is pushed into your eyeball. But it gets worse. You also have to make sure that your player is calm. So not only does the game make you look at the scary scene, it also makes you join in the action. But it gets worse. If you can't keep your player calm, things get even scarier than you can imagine. Number 8, the Mirror Ghost. The Hitman games are one of the most popular games in the world. They're also known for hiding many secrets that players won't notice. In Hitman Contracts, there's a part of one of the hotels in the game that you can't enter. But if you find your way in, you'll see a room with a policeman standing in front of the door. If you get into the room, you'll see that someone has been killed there. If you move into the bathroom and look at the mirror, you'll see a ghost. The ghost of the dead person will stare back at you, and if you turned around, you wouldn't see it. Since Hitman games are not horror games, it's a scary thing to find a haunted room there. Number 7, Man-Bat. Batman is one of the most popular characters in the world. He shows that you can be anything without superpowers. There are many Batman games that allow you to fight bad guys and save the world, but one of these games has a scary find. In Batman Arkham Knight, you play as Batman. It's a nice feeling to move across your city with a grappling hook looking for bad guys to send to prison. You feel powerful, but not for long. As you move past a building, something jumps out of the shadows. It's big and angry with sharp claws and a scary screech. When it comes at you, it's totally normal to throw your controller away and jump back in surprise. As you start looking for this creature called the Man-Bat, it'll attack you like this many times. But nothing is quite as scary as the first time it shows up. Number 6, Ghost Pokemon. When you hear Pokemon, you think of cute creatures with superpowers. Pokemon games are usually colorful and easy to play for kids, but they can also be scary. In Pokemon X and Y, when you go to Lumoi City, you'll find something scary. In one building found in North Boulevard, there's a scary character on the second floor. As you get to the building, you'll see a little boy in the lobby of the ground floor. But he isn't scary. When you get into the elevator to go upstairs, your screen will turn to black many times. In the end, you'll see a creepy girl with purple hair behind you. She looks at you and says, "You're not the one." Then she disappears. No one knows who she's looking for or who she is. But those words, they surely will send chills down your spine. Number 5, Winter Lodge. In Fable 2, you'll find a place called Winter Lodge. This place has an extra area where you can see a cute cabin in winter. Looks like a cozy house on a snowy Christmas day. Once you open the door of the cabin and go in, all the sweet and beautiful looks are nowhere to be found. The cabin looks like something you would see in a horror movie. First of all, the lights will go out. Then you'll start to see skeletons around the house next to machines used to kill people. The table in the dining room changes into a torture rack, and the cupboard turns into an Iron Maiden. If you look outside, you'll notice that it also has changed. There is a dead person lying next to the block used for chopping wood. If you move upstairs, you'll see a chest containing a sword. How did a sweet and cozy cabin turn into a horror show? We don't know, but that's something you'll be seeing in your dreams for a long time. Number 4, Jolene's Ghost. Grand Theft Auto games are known for their exciting stories that are almost like real life. But did you also know that there's some scary stuff placed inside the game? Many people have found some spooky things before, but many have turned out to be lies. But this one is different because it's real. In GTA 5, if you go to Mount Gordo at 11 p.m. or midnight, you'll see a ghost. This character, known as the Ghost of Mount Gordo, looks like the scary girl from the horror movie The Ring. But if you try to get close to her, she just disappears, and you don't see her again until midnight. If you look at the ground where she was standing, you'll see some letters written in blood. Jock. Jock Cranley is the name of a character in GTA 5 who wants to be the governor of San Andreas. The Ghost of Mount Gordo is the spirit of Jolene Cranley Evans, Jock's dead wife. It is believed that she was killed by her husband. Number 3, the Naren. Rayman 3 is a popular children's game that many people played back in the day, but the game wasn't as cute or friendly as you think. In the game, there's a level that takes the player to a place that looks like a dungeon. But it wasn't a normal place. The dungeon was the home of the Naren. Now, the Naren are a group of monsters that live in the underground parts of the game. They look scary and would pursue a player without stopping. As they run after you, they will scream all the bad things they would do when they caught you. And we don't mean silly things, we mean very hurtful things like tear off your flesh or crush your bones. This is a scary thing to say to children because the game was rated E for everyone. This means that children from age 3 could play it. Why? Imagine a 3-year-old child hearing that Naren would stick bamboo under their nails. That hurts to think of, and it's too scary to be said to a child. Number 2, Lickers. Resident Evil is a popular horror game with lots of fighting. In the game, you'll get to see many types of monsters. Some are weird, but others are just crazy, like the Lickers. The best way to explain what they look like is a frog monster. Lickers sit on their 4 limbs like frogs, but that isn't the scariest thing about them. They also have their brains on their heads. That's right. So they don't even have a head or eyes. Their bodies are made up of muscles, no skin. It doesn't matter how many times you fight them, they will always look scary. If you don't see them quickly, they'll catch your player with their tongues and start trying to eat you. This is not a character you want to see before going to bed. Nope. And the moment you've all been waiting for, number 1, Lurker. In the game Dead Space, there are characters known as Lurkers. They're one of the scariest things in the game, if not the scariest. But that's not the half of it. These monsters are also dangerous. They kill other characters and eat them to grow. They have 3 tentacles on their backs, which they can use to shoot at your player, so they can attack you from near or far. The more people they kill and eat, the stronger their tentacles grow. Lurkers have the head and body of a baby, with many tentacles coming out of their stomachs and mouths. They also make loud and creepy sounds and are very fast, which can take you by surprise. So it may take some time to run away from one. Scary? Definitely. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.